the people are steady coming in and saying, God, we're glad that somebody is fixing that thing up. When we bought the property, we had an opportunity to buy this property. Ours only went up to here, just a square back. So we added another 6 acres to our property because we couldn't expand. We couldn't get the trucks in here to turn around. So this came up for sale. They worked with us. And with that starting, we really did start growing here. We own it all the way back. We have 6.5 acres of laydown area here now, which is quite large for the average electrician / millwright.
So this building over here used to be a train station. How old is it?
It was built in 1905. It's a great old part of Wallaceburg, and it'd be too bad to lose it, although we just about did. But the roof had been leaking, or it started leaking a year before, but because it sat unheated for almost 16 years, the mildew was unbelievable, so we just gutted it right down to bare stud.
And the Community Futures Development Corporation financed that?
Yeah, most of it. We tried to do it, but they were the ones that came along with that $40,000 from the government, said, Gene, we'll apply for it for you, and it makes... So they're always there to help, even when, at least Peter is. He says, you know, because he was the one that called me what they think there might be more. And then he says, as soon as I know for sure and how we get it, he says, I recommend you take that. He'll make recommendations. And that I find very helpful. Let's see, those were the walls. So we had to re-insulate it because it was all mold. It wouldn't have lasted another 2 years. If it had stayed the way it was, it would have been, that's it, tear it down. We're glad that we had to really look at the numbers in the business aspect of it.
Hands work hard. But the mind works hardest of all, because ideas are precious. Ideas can change everything. At Community Futures Development CK, we know that your ideas and your vision are just the beginning. Community Futures Development CK. We grow vision into success.
While it was strictly an electric motor repair shop that I had worked for 19 years, and then they went to close, they came to me and wanted to know if I wanted to take, I had a choice. I could go to work for them in Sarnia, or I could buy this one. And I decided to buy this one, and it turned out all right in the long run. These are our buildings now too. So the first one we did, this front wall was pretty dilapidated. It was the old town of Wallaceburg town yard, or the garage for their trucks. So we filled in this wall. There was, I don't know, about $65,000 I put into this one. This has turned into our fabrication where our welders are done. One of the early challenges, and still is the shortage of skilled trades. I just can't find that. I always thought it would be like, can we get enough work to float the costs? That hasn't really been a problem. I can usually get the work. It's can I get the people to get it done? Now we've changed a lot over the years, from smaller jobs to now we do some pretty major contracting. I don't think we did real bad on the year. Not as good as it had been, obviously, with the COVID thing, but we're still that we don't change our plan. I found over the 32 years that you can change the time frame of what your projections are, but you should never start your 5-year business plans. You shouldn't start hacking them because 1 year didn't go well. So it will still, Jeff is looking at growth, development. We're likely leaning more and more here in the next little while, when you see some of the other buildings, into manufacturing. That we will go from not only service and repair into a manufacturing part of the business, but it is growth.